Mom's out again. I think I'm going to cook this ham bone down, try to clean the meat off to get the flavor out of it. Just getting some water in the pan. Might as well put the bone in there. Just want to cover it by 1 inch or so, and then I'll put it on low on the stove. Just let it slowly cook the flavor out of that. I'm not sure I'm going to actually do the beans today. I'm going to get this done first. And I've got some broth as well, so I don't need to do much. I just want to get the meat off and get a little bit more flavor out of this. Because I had to do a lot of work to get this out of the pan, this is the mandarin orange bread. It actually turned out really good flavor. It just wouldn't come out of the pan because it went over. Got some sourdough here for pancakes, or this is just an active start. It's fairly thick. I just actually added flour to it this morning, but no water, because it was thin. This has just the discard from all of my sourdoughs, and actually a lot of the mostly gluten-free that I've made. So it was really runny because the gluten-free is fairly runny. I need to get it thickened up somehow. There's the ham bone. Gonna let that cook. And Mom's gone for the day, so I'm gonna, I don't know. I'm watching her dog, so I'm gonna do something, I'm sure, in the kitchen more than what I did. Oh, the sourdough bread that I did last night came out wonderfully. I cut it, it was too hot, but oh well. I've been playing in the kitchen. Most of what I've been doing is rewriting a recipe. This is recipe for making an oatmeal cereal or a granola cereal, and this recipe actually reminds me almost entirely of making the crisp for an apple crisp. There's the ham bone still cooking down. Should be about ready to take the meat off. I'm letting this cool. It just came out of the oven. It looks dark, actually almost chocolatey to me, but that's because I couldn't find the brown sugar in Mom's pantry, but I did find the molasses. So, oh, there, it's supposed to come out of the oven. I took it out early. I didn't know where the molasses were, so I just mixed sugar and molasses to make the brown sugar, so it has a little bit darker color because of that. Like I said, this reminds me of the crisp for an apple crisp. That's butter, oats, cinnamon, and sugar or brown sugar. This is peanut butter, oats, brown sugar, and cinnamon with a little bit of water to help mix it, and then you just bake it. It totally reminds me of the crisp from an apple crisp. Kind of a interesting thing, not funny, interesting, strange, bizarre, me. I don't like oatmeal. Cooked oatmeal on a stove with water, milk, boiled oats just don't do it for me. But baked, like on an apple crisp or in a granola type, I actually really do enjoy them, and I think it is because of the fact that it is baked instead of boiled. It's kind of like baked meat versus boiled meat, or fried meat versus boiled meat, or just a lot of things. I prefer the fried flavor to the boiled flavor. But that's what I've been doing. I actually need breakfast. It's 12:05. I haven't eaten. This isn't going to be ready, so I'm going to have some sourdough bread and cheese, I think. maybe a mandarin orange. What else has Mom got in her pantry or in her kitchen? I'm not even looking in the pantry. But that is something else that I'll get to. But this is like kind of like the crackers. It takes so long to do because it has to be in the oven. I think if you did this kind of like a Chex Mix in a deeper pan, and then just stirred it every 5 or so minutes and cooked it for a little longer, you could make more. This is only 2.5 cups of 2 2/3 cups of rolled oats, quarter cup of peanut butter, and a quarter cup of brown sugar with 2 teaspoons of cinnamon and a little bit of water to mix it. I actually did it all by weight. I converted everything, the dry measure to grams, and the water I didn't do because half cup, what is that, 120, 110 milliliters, I don't know. But I revamped a recipe that I found online. It was for a vegan breakfast cereal, and I redid it because a quarter cup is a lot easier to measure than 3 tablespoons of peanut butter, especially with all the peanut butter that ends up getting left in your container. And doing it once versus 3 times is just easier. But that's that. I'm gonna find food. Well, the cereal I made is cooled, and I put it into a quart jar, and this is right to the line of where you would fill it if you were canning. I'm going to put the lid on this and put this in the fridge, and clean up the kitchen after all that I've been doing today. I took the meat off the ham bone, took that out. Need to wash the dishes. Need to put this in something else, a container. But Mom's dog just scratched on the door. She wants in. But there's the cereal I made. It's a granola cereal. Rolled oats, brown sugar, peanut butter, water, cinnamon. Thanks for watching Perhaps Cooking. Feel free to share, give me a thumbs up, or subscribe.